This is On the Pitch with TJ Picks. He's Tijuana Raf, the top soccer capper in the game. Tune in to see how he builds his plays and get a sneak peek at the winning strategies he shares with his VIPs.
Tune into On the Pitch with TJ Picks and tail Tijuana Raf today. Como siempre, apuesta con responsabilidad.
What's up, everybody? On the Pitch with TJ Picks here on a special night, Wednesday night. I think we're going to be doing Wednesdays from now on, guys, because of Thursday night football. NFL is back, and I don't want to miss the action, guys. I don't want you guys to miss the action, especially if the game goes into OT. So we're going to do it on Wednesdays, Wednesday nights, 9 p.m. Pacific, 12 a.m. Eastern time. I know it's a little bit difficult for you guys on the East Coast, but if you're from the East Coast and you're watching us live, thanks, guys. Appreciate the love and the support, guys. Last week on the NFL leans, actually not NFL, on the total soccer leans, last week we went 31-14. Soccer leans, guys. That was from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All the plays that were given on the show, 31-14 on the soccer leans. That's a 69% hit rate, guys. Nobody in the business is giving you that amount of free winners each and every week, guys. 31-14 on the leans, guys. VIP had a great weekend. Look at our Sunday, 10-0 VIP plays, 10-0 for the VIP group on Sunday. That's the VIP soccer, guys. I told the folks to take it easy with the NFL just because of the fact we're killing it with soccer. Soccer's the best sport to bet. There's no need to bet any other sports when you start betting soccer, guys. Come and see why we bet soccer, and that's where we put our biggest bets in. We're all true degenerates. The VIP guys in my VIP channel are degenerates, so they do bet the other sports, but they realize that betting soccer is where you're going to make the most profit. NFL, yeah, it's fun, but it's a little tricky. It's difficult. It's hard. But we did a good job last week with the leans in the NFL. A lot of winners. We'll get to that at the end of the show. The current VIP run, 18-5, guys. We're on an 18-5 VIP run. That's a 78% hit rate, guys. Currently 18-5. The last few VIP plays, 78%, guys, in that sample size, guys. Nobody in the business is hitting 78% hit rate on their VIP plays, and we're doing that. Guys, this is where you got to be. The international soccer came and went. We did very well with the international soccer. The top European soccer leagues are back. We will be taking care of those. There you go, guys. 18-5, current VIP record. Got to get it on the VIP. I got specials right now going on, so don't miss out on the next VIP plays. When you join the VIP, guys, you're included into a VIP chat, a family, guys, where we're open 24/7. Guys are in there chopping it up, talking about the games. We're having a good time in there. We're talking about plays, everything, you name it. When it comes to gambling, we're doing it. Make sure you have a wide selection of sports books that you're using. Some similar to Bovada, the offshore books. You got to have those. Bovada, Wager Attack is one of my favorite books. If you don't have access to Wager Attack or Bovada, send me a message. I'll get you the links. Get in right away. Uncle Davey, if you guys know him, he won a big parlay where betting is legal. I don't know if it was DraftKings or FanDuel. This guy hit a plus, I don't know, 30,000, $25 for about $15,000. Dude, he got automatically taxed as he won the bet. So his $15,000 parlay win was down to $10,000 basically after they took the taxes out. They take the taxes out right away. And that's something new that's coming to all the states where betting is legal. So make sure you're taking advantage of those offshore accounts where you can still bet day in, day out, guys. Soon, the betting will be legal in all states, guys. You'll be able to take advantage of all the betting sites out there, but not saying don't have certain websites, don't have certain betting books. Have a variety of them so you can shop lines. Just the other day when the Bears played the Vikings, there was different lines popping up across a different book. So you want to shop for the best lines, for the best value. There's certain books that don't let you do alternate overs in soccer, and that's very important. You got to have those alternate line options as well, guys. 31-14 soccer leans last week. We nailed a lot of NFL plays at the end, so you guys got to stay in there for those. For everybody watching, I did say I will give out one free rest of the month VIP to one lucky viewer who's watching this show right now and watches through to the end. So it's going to be kind of like a scavenger hunt, guys. You got to write down certain information, and the first one's going to be the quote that I say in my VIP chat for the Contender Series. This is something that we do bet sometimes as well. We like to bet MMA. We got a few guys in there that are good at MMA. And my quote that I came up with for the Contender Series is decisions don't get contracts, which is very common because when Dana White's watching these fights, he's looking for a KO. So part one of winning the VIP is decisions don't get contracts. Write that down. That's going to be key number one in the scavenger hunt. Get the next few pieces to earn the VIP by following. So the first person, once this show is over, that gives me all the key phrases that I say throughout the show is going to get the free VIP. So first person, first one is decisions don't get contracts. That's number one. There might be three more phrases. So if you're watching, write those down. First person to message me with the four phrases that I give for the VIP will get it, guys. I'm going to give the last one at the very end of the show. So let's get right to it. 18-5 VIP run. Soccer's where it's at. I'm telling you guys, bet soccer. You don't need to know the rules. That's where it's at. All right, let's get to what everybody's here for. Grab your pencil, grab your paper, notepad, whatever you got. Let's get right to it. Soccer for Friday. Friday soccer action. There is no soccer tomorrow. No important big games. We may have some free plays. There is an NFL game tomorrow. I'll talk about that game later at the end of the show. It's a big game. Redskins versus the Packers. We'll get into that one later. Without further ado, let's get on to Friday soccer action, guys. We're going to go to the French League. We're going to France. French League for Friday. Olympique de Marseille at home taking on Lorient. Olympique de Marseille at home versus Lorient for Friday soccer action. Current standings after 3 games, Olympique de Marseille has scored 5 goals, conceded 4. Lorient is in 15th place, 5 goals scored, 8 goals conceded. The last game for Marseille was a 0-1 loss to Lyon. Before that, they beat Paris FC 5-2. That's not Paris PSG. It's a different Paris. And prior to that, they lost 1-0. So they have 2 losses and 1 win. Lorient coming off a big defeat to Lille, 7-1. Prior to that, they beat Rennes 4-0. And then before that, they lost 1-0 to Auxerre. So they have pretty much the same record, guys. 1 win, 2 losses in the first 3 games of the France League One. The last head-to-head between these two teams saw them go 3-1 win to Olympique de Marseille. Based on what we've seen here, guys, Marseille is at home. They have a history of beating Lorient. Lorient has not beaten Marseille. I'm going back as far as, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Lorient has not beaten Marseille in the last 12 games. It's been 12 games since Lorient had a victory over them. Last time they won versus Marseille was back in 2015. So the edge is all here for Marseille. The line is where it's supposed to be, guys. Minus 294. I do think that Lorient might be able to sneak a goal in. They might be able to sneak a goal in, but that's not for sure. Marseille has been scored on in the first 3 games. At least 1 goal has been scored against them. Lorient has scored in 2 out of the last 3 games, even in their 7-1 loss. And they beat Rennes 4-0. I'm going to say Marseille money line as a parlay piece. Marseille money line as a parlay piece, and I think we can see an over 2.5 goals here, but I'm going to just stick with Marseille money line parlay piece. That's it for the French League, guys. We're moving on to La Liga Spain for Friday. La Liga Spain, we're going to Sevilla. Sevilla at home, -101, receiving Elche. Elche. Current standings, Elche is actually ahead of Sevilla, 7th place. 4 goals, 2 conceded after 3 games. Sevilla is in 12th place, 5 goals scored, 5 conceded. Elche is in 7th place. Sevilla is in 12th place. So who should be favored based on standings, guys? If you were to think about baseball, NFL, any other sport in the U.S., you would say Elche should be the favorite because they have a better record and they're better in the standings. But that's not what happens when it comes to football. You guys know it as soccer. Sevilla is at home, so the lines and odds tend to favor home teams, regardless of the standings. Sevilla is a -101 favorite versus Elche. The last game for Sevilla saw them win 2-0 versus Girona. Elche went down to Levante. Actually, Elche beat Levante 2-0. Prior to that, they did tie Atletico Madrid 1-1. So they are scoring some goals. Last time these two teams faced off against each other was a 1-1 draw versus Sevilla. Only 2 out of the last 5 games have seen a both to score. You know what, guys? I'm going to go with the Sevilla moneyline win here. Sevilla moneyline -101. Great value. Great value there. Next up for Friday, guys. Friday soccer action. We are going to go to Mexican Soccer League. Mexican Soccer League for Friday takes us to Necaxa. Necaxa +111 versus Juarez +231. Mexican Soccer League. Necaxa is coming off a 0-3 loss to Club Tijuana. Nobody saw that one coming. And Juarez coming off a 1-0 win over Mazatlan. 1-0 win over Mazatlan. The last time these two teams faced off against each other was a 2-2 draw in Juarez. Prior to that, Necaxa won 3-0. The current standings, Juarez is in 8th place. Necaxa is in 15th place. 15th place. This is one of those standing differentials here. Necaxa is the favorite at +111. And the current goal differential is Juarez, after 7 games, has scored 7 goals, conceded 7 goals. Necaxa has scored 6 goals, conceded 13. I'm going to keep it simple here, guys. Give me both to score in the Mexican Soccer League action match for Friday, Necaxa versus Juarez. Give me both to score. Both to score. Next up for Liga MX on Friday, Mazatlan versus Pumas. Mazatlan +240. Pumas +110. Current standing, Pumas in 10th place. Mazatlan in 12th place after 7 games. Pumas 7 goals scored, 8 conceded, roughly giving up 1 goal a game and only scoring 1 goal a game. Mazatlan 8 goals scored, 10 conceded. Last 2 times these teams have faced off against each other has been under 2.5 goals. This is a tricky one here. Mazatlan, their last game, lost 1-0 to Juarez. Pumas in their last game won 1-0 versus Atlas. Prior to that, Pumas had a 0-0 draw versus Puebla. Last 4 games for Pumas have been under 2.5 goals. This one is a little tricky here, guys. Could be another under 2.5. But you know what, guys? I'm going to go, could be a possible 1-1 also. Give me both to score. Mazatlan versus Pumas. Mazatlan versus Pumas for Friday. Friday soccer action. And let me just double check. We did the French League. We did the Spanish League. Let me just double check to see if there's any Italian games. No Italian games. But we do have our favorite league, Bundesliga. Bundesliga will have a game on Friday. It's going to be Bayer Leverkusen taking on Eintracht Frankfurt. Bayer Leverkusen versus Eintracht Frankfurt. Eintracht Frankfurt is in 2nd place, guys, doing very well. after 2 games, they have 7 goals scored, 2 conceded. Bayer Leverkusen, 12th place. After 2 games, 4 goals scored, 5 goals conceded. Bayer Leverkusen coming off a 3-3 draw with Werder Bremen. Prior to that, they lost 2-1 to Hoffenheim. Eintracht Frankfurt, big win, 3-1 over Hoffenheim. Prior to that, 4-1 win over Werder Bremen. 2 games, 2 big wins for them. They're scoring over 3 goals, 3 or more goals. Guys, we got to go here. Leverkusen's at home. They should sneak a goal in. Frankfurt has given up at least 1 goal in the first 2 games. They're playing better, though, right now. So this is tricky, guys. You would think Eintracht Frankfurt would be the favorite here, but they're the plus 190 dogs. Bayer Leverkusen plus 127. This is screaming both to score, guys. Give me both to score in the Bundesliga. Bayer Leverkusen versus Eintracht Frankfurt. That'll do it for Saturday soccer action. Friday soccer action. That's Friday soccer action on September 12th. Next up, we'll be moving to Saturday soccer action, September 13th. September 13th takes us to the Premier League, guys. England Premier League, one of our favorite leagues. Also to look at, to watch, and to bet. The early game is going to be Arsenal versus Nottingham Forest. Arsenal's a minus 263 favorite, taking on Nottingham Forest at plus 700. Current standings, Arsenal's in 3rd place, guys. These are the runner-ups in the championship for this competition. Of course, the champions last year, Liverpool, are still in 1st place. Arsenal, wants to get that title. They were close last season, very close to the final games. Arsenal's in 3rd place right now. They're playing for blood. They want that top spot. They want that trophy. Arsenal, after 3 games, has scored 6 goals and only conceded 1. Nottingham Forest has scored 4 goals, conceded 5 after 3 games. They're in 10th place. Last time these 2 teams faced off against each other was a 0-0 draw. Nottingham Forest, Arsenal. You know what, guys? We got to use this as a parlay piece. Give me Arsenal money line on this one. Arsenal money line. Next up, Newcastle versus the Wolves. Newcastle versus the Wolves, bottom of the barrel teams. Newcastle, after 3 games, is in 17th place. 2 goals, only 3 conceded. They're scoring less than 1 goal a game. Wolves, bottom of the barrel, last place, 20th spot. 3 games, scored 2 goals. Newcastle's only scored 2 goals as well in 3 games. Wolves have conceded 8, though. Newcastle has only conceded 3. Last time these 2 teams faced off against each other, Newcastle smacked the Wolves 3-0. This might be a low-scoring game, guys. It might be a little tricky. But the favorite is Newcastle United for a reason. They're minus 222. It's juicy. We got to give them the win. Possible granny parlay piece here. Give me Newcastle United money line. Next up, Everton plus 143, taking on Aston Villa. Aston Villa. Everton, after 3 games, 5 goals scored, 3 conceded. Aston Villa, guys, have yet to score a goal. A lot of talent up there. They're in 19th place after 3 games. 0 goals, 4 goals conceded. I think they finally get a goal here. Last time they faced off against each other, Aston Villa won 1-0. Everton with a big win over the Wolves. Crappy team, 3-2, but the Wolves did score on them. And prior to that, they had a win over Brighton and a loss to Leeds. The edge does go to Everton, but because of the lines and everything we know about these guys, Aston Villa is due for a goal, guys. Give me both to score. Everton, Aston Villa. Moving on, we're going to Bournemouth, guys. Bournemouth versus Brighton, plus 146, plus 181. I don't need to go into too many details here, guys. We got a lot of games on the board. Let's move right on. Give me Bournemouth, Brighton, both to score. Bournemouth, Brighton, both to score. Next up, we go to Fulham. Fulham, Leeds United. Fulham minus 105. Leeds United plus 290. Current standings, Leeds in 12th place, 1 goal scored, 5 conceded. Fulham not doing much better, guys. 2 goals scored, 4 conceded. These bad teams are lucky that they're playing another bad team because they both have hope. Anybody can win. Fulham is the favorite. Give me both to score, Fulham and Leeds United. Next up, we go to Crystal Palace versus Sunderland. Sunderland, one of the new teams who's made their way up from the second division to the top division, going through the relegation zone. Crystal Palace, Sunderland. Sunderland is actually in 6th place. 5 goals scored, 3 conceded, 6 points. Crystal Palace, 4 goals scored, 1 conceded, 5 points. Last time these two teams faced off against each other was back in 2017, and Sunderland won 4-0, guys. They haven't played since then. So this is a battle of two unknowns. They haven't played against each other. Crystal Palace coming off that 3-0 win over Aston Villa. Sunderland, big win over Brentford. You know what, guys? Keep it simple here again. Give me both to score, Crystal Palace and Sunderland. Next up, West Ham versus Tottenham. West Ham versus Tottenham. Tottenham, 4th place, 5 goals scored, 1 conceded. West Ham, 16th place, 4 goals scored, 8 conceded. We got to go here with another both to score, guys. West Ham, Tottenham. Give me both to score. Next up, we go to Brentford versus Chelsea. Chelsea in 2nd place, 7 goals scored, 1 conceded. Brentford, 3 goals scored, 5 conceded, guys. Give me over 2.5 goals here. Over 2.5 goals, Brentford versus Chelsea. That'll do it for the England Premier League. I will have a parlay there. We'll get to that later. We're going to go to the French League for Saturday, September 13th. French League, OGC Nice versus Nantes, guys, in the first game from the French League on Saturday. Give me OGC Nice money line, -152. Good value there. After that, we go to Auxerre versus Monaco. Auxerre versus Monaco. Monaco in 4th place, 6 goals scored, 4 conceded. Auxerre 2-4. 2 goals scored, 4 conceded. Give me Monaco money line. Monaco money line, -160. That's it for the French League on Saturday. Then we move to Italy. A nice little short flight to Italy, Serie A. We're going to go Cagliari versus Parma. Both to score, Cagliari versus Parma. Next up, big match, Juventus, top dogs from the Italian Serie A. Juventus taking on Inter Milan. Last time they played against each other, Juventus won 1-0, low-scoring game. Prior to that, they had a 4-4, 1-0, 1-1. We got to go both to score, Juventus, Inter Milan. Both really good teams. Can both score. That's what we're going to do. That's the Derby d'Italia. Both to score. Let's take it. Next up, Fiorentina versus Napoli. Current standings, Napoli's in 1st place after 2 games, 3 goals scored, 0 conceded. Fiorentina, after 2 games, 1 goal scored, 1 conceded. Low scoring here. Not a whole lot of soccer action. Not a whole lot of goals. Napoli coming off, they have friendlies don't really count, but they have 5 wins in a row. Fiorentina, when you combine Conference League, club friendlies, they have 2 wins in the last 5 games. Fiorentina is at home, though, guys. Napoli's +124. They should probably be -120, -130. And for that, we're going to go Fiorentina, Napoli, both to score on Saturday soccer action in Italy. Moving on, we go to Spain, guys. Spain, La Liga, Spain. Getafe versus Real Oviedo is our first matchup. Getafe, 4 goals scored, 4 goals conceded. Real Oviedo, 15th place, only 1 goal scored in 3 games, 5 conceded. We got to go Getafe, guys. Getafe money line here, great value, -101. Then we go to Real Sociedad versus Real Madrid. The Giants, Real Madrid, who has still been shaky with the acquiring of Mbappe, Vinny Jr., Rodrigo's still there. But guess what, guys? Real Madrid is in 1st place with 9 points. They're trying to win the title here. Barcelona is all the way down into the 4th slot. Real Sociedad is in the 16th slot. We're getting great value here, guys. I know these guys can be shady at times. and don't go full force. Give me Real Madrid money line. You could get it early. Get it tonight. -164, -160. Shop the lines. That should be a good play. Next up, Atletico Bilbao versus Alaves. Give me Atletico Bilbao money line as a parlay piece. Big game, guys. Fun game. Atletico Madrid versus Villarreal. Villarreal has scored 8 goals in 3 games. Atletico Madrid has scored 3 goals in 3 games, conceded 4. They're all the way down in the 17th slot. Villarreal, lots of talent, playing very well right now, 3rd place. So we haven't seen Atletico Madrid this way down on the totem pole. They're the favorites, though, guys. They're down at the bottom on the standings. Villarreal is at the very top. And we see Atletico Madrid -115 for that reason right there, and many more reasons. Give me both to score and over goals in this matchup, guys. Atletico Madrid, firepower. Villarreal, a lot of firepower as well. League known for defense, defensive tactics, and some, very tactical playing, very good defense, usually in this area, in the Spanish La Liga. Lots of defensive matchups. Teams tend to score a goal and 2 and then defend. They don't like to pressure like a lot of goals like in the Bundesliga and other leagues. But we will get goals in this game. Over goals in Atletico Madrid versus Villarreal. Next up, we're going to go to the Mexican Soccer League. Mexican Soccer League for Saturday. Pachuca versus Cruz Azul, guys. Pachuca 155, Cruz Azul 165. Give me both to score all day there. Atlas versus Santos Laguna. 2 teams at the bottom of the barrel standings. Give me Atlas money line. Tigres versus Leon. Tigres, huge money line favorite here for the Mexican League. You rarely see Mexican soccer sides at -250, -300. Here's one at -250. It's that for a reason. Give me Tigres money line as a parlay piece. Then we go to the next game, Puebla versus Toluca. Another juicy line there. Toluca money line, they should win. And the big game, guys, Club America versus Chivas, El Clásico, guys. These guys are the biggest rivals in Mexican soccer. Club America, Chivas, the biggest fans, the top 2 teams in Mexico, the most popular teams go at it in El Clásico. This is going to be in Club America's home field. The last time these 2 teams faced off against each other, Club America won 4-0. Club America has been dominating this competition the last few years. Chivas, bottom of the barrel, guys, but this is one of those matchups where when the rivalries happen, even the team that's in the worst position can win. But this is not going to happen, guys. I am a big fan of Club America. Been a fan since I was a kid. They're playing wetter right now. Chivas is a mess, guys. We got to go Club America money line. Club America money line all day, all night. We will see some goals here. They might be given a penalty kick here and there, guys. But we got to go Club America. Odiame más. Money line. One of my favorite plays for Saturday in the Liga MX, when the biggest rivalry, El Clásico of the Mexican League. We're going Club America, and we might get some goals here as well. We're going to finish off Saturday soccer action with the Bundesliga. Bundesliga, lots of games. The games were back. Heidenheim versus Dortmund. Give me Dortmund money line. Union Berlin versus Hoffenheim. Both to score, guys. Both to scores. Wolfsburg versus Köln, another boat to score, guys. This is our league that likes to have goals, very little defense. We enjoy this league. Goals are scored into the final minutes, into the extra time. Wolfsburg versus Köln, that's when we were at, both to score. Mainz versus Leipzig. We got to go both to score there as well. Freiburg, Stuttgart, give me over goals in Freiburg, Stuttgart. And Bayern Munich versus Hamburger, guys. Bayern Munich's at -1429. Hamburger just coming up from the lower division Bundesliga leagues. Bayern Munich has scored 9 goals in 2 games, conceded only 2. Hamburger has had 2 games, a little bit of a good defense there. Only zero goals scored for them, only 2 goals conceded. They've only given up 1 goal here, 1 goal there. They lost 2-0 to St. Pauli, and they had a 0-0 draw versus Borussia Mönchengladbach. We got to go over 1.5 goals first half. Bayern Munich's going to come out firing. They're going to get some goals, and they're going to dominate here. All right, let's give you those parlays, guys. Parlays for Saturday. Grab my parlays. First grandma parlay takes us back to the England Premier League, guys. Arsenal money line and Newcastle United, guys. Arsenal versus Newcastle United. That's the first grandma parlay. And the second parlay from the Mexican Soccer League. And I spoke about these big, juicy favorites here. We're going to go Tigres money line and Toluca money line. The second phrase for these you guys writing down phrases for the VIP rest of the month special that you could win by watching this show tonight is going to be Club America, El Clásico. Club America, El Clásico. That means Club America, the winner of the Clásico, guys. Club America, El Clásico. They're going to be defeating Las Chivas. I gave you guys the first phrase earlier. I'm not going to repeat it right now. Hopefully you wrote it down. Let's move on to Sunday soccer action. Sunday soccer action takes us to Serie A. We'll start there. The Italian Soccer League for Sunday. AS Roma versus Torino. On Sunday, September 14th, give me AS Roma money line, guys. AS Roma money line. I might have missed some leagues on Saturday, guys, but that was done on purpose because we don't have a lot of time. If you want those VIP plays from the MLS or other European leagues that I didn't mention on Saturday, you got to get on board, guys. Hit me up, send me a DM. I'm always available. Sunday, soccer action, Serie A, Italy. Give me AS Roma money line to take down Torino. Next game, Pisa versus Udinese. We're going to go both to score, Pisa versus Udinese. Next game, Atalanta versus Lecce. Give me Atalanta money line. Sassuolo versus Lazio, guys. Lazio should be a heavier favorite than the line is showing us here. That's why I'm going to go both to score. AC Milan, guys. Got to talk about AC Milan. Lots of talent, great players. They're just not doing it right now. AC Milan, 9th place, 3 goals scored, 2 conceded. Taking on Bologna. We got to go both to score here, guys. AC Milan has been giving up goals, not scoring too many. Give me both to score. AC Milan, Bologna. Sunday soccer action takes us to the Celta Vigo. Celta Vigo versus Girona. Celta Vigo, minus 152. I got to go with that money line, guys. Give me money line, Celta Vigo. Next game, Levante versus Real Betis. Levante plus 228 at home versus Real Betis. Betis is the favorite for a reason. But give me both to score. Levante could score a goal here at home. Levante, Real Betis, both to score. Then we go to Osasuna versus Rayo Vallecano. Give me both to score here as well. Osasuna, Vallecano, both to score. Next up, we have the big dogs, Barcelona, coming off a 1-1 draw versus Rayo, guys. Valencia, big win over Getafe. I think Valencia could get a goal, but Barcelona will get the victory at minus 400. Give me over goals, Barcelona versus Valencia. Barcelona versus Valencia. Sunday in the England Premier League, we have 2 games, guys. Burnley and Liverpool. Liverpool's a huge heavy favorite here, minus 345. That's a parlay piece there. It's juicy, but grandma likes it. We'll throw it as a parlay somewhere. Liverpool, Burnley. Give me over goals here for the Liverpool Burnley game. Liverpool money line as the main lean. Then we go to Manchester City, Manchester United, the Manchester Derby, guys. Another big rivalry here, big game. 2 teams with a lot of history. But be careful, guys. Last time these 2 teams faced off in the Manchester Derby was a 0-0 draw. You always expect goals from these 2 types of teams, but it didn't happen. Everybody got screwed in that game. Manchester City coming off a 2-1 loss to Brighton. They're hungry. Manchester United was on the brinks, of a terrible season. They usually always are. They were losing, but came back and beat Burnley 3-2. Current standings for these guys right now, Manchester United is in 4th place, 4 goals scored, 4 conceded. You know what, guys? I'm going to give the edge here to Manchester City, guys. Haaland had a big game in Norway. He should be back with his team. A little bit tired from the international competition. Manchester United had a lot of players in their international play as well. That's one of the things we got to remember this weekend, guys. A lot of the players, top players, were involved in international competition, so they may be a little bit tired, maybe a little bit cranky. Going back to their club teams to play takes a toll on their bodies. Manchester City for the win. Possible both to score there. Let me see if there's any Mexican Soccer League games on Sunday. We have 2 games, Querétaro versus Monterrey, Mexican Soccer League. We got to go Monterrey money line. Atlético San Luis at home taking on Club Tijuana with a young phenom soccer player, young kid there on Tijuana. He's been scoring some goals. Mora is his name, Gilberto Mora. 16 years old, guys. How many goals has he scored? He scored 3 goals in 7 games. Young talent there, up and coming for Liga MX. Well, the play here is going to be San Luis, Club Tijuana, both to score there for that game. And we'll finish off Sunday with the Bundesliga, guys. Bundesliga first Sunday, St. Pauli versus Augsburg. Give me both to score, and give me another both to score in the final game for Sunday's Bundesliga. Borussia Mönchengladbach and Werder Bremen. Give me both to score there as well. Let's do a little parlay, guys. Parlay time for Sunday. All right, guys. Barcelona money line. You're going to parlay that with Atalanta money line from the Italian Soccer League. Atalanta money line versus Barcelona and Barcelona money line. That's going to be your granny parlay for Sunday. And the third phrase for those of you watching. For those of you watching and trying to get the free VIP for the rest of September is going to be Mbappe. Not good for Real Madrid, guys. Mbappe not good for Real Madrid. And that just is a history of something that I've been mentioning since last season when Mbappe joined Real Madrid. They have gone down another level. Once he joined the team, a lot of chemistry is messed up in the locker room. So Mbappe not good for Real Madrid. Third phrase for that chance to win the rest of September VIP, guys. I thank you guys for your support. And that'll do it for the soccer action, guys. Let's get in to the NFL, man. The NFL's been exciting. It just started. And let me get the stats, the lines, all the percentages up. Let's rock and roll, guys. We had Yo, Cal, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Producer on mute. That makes sense.
All right.
A little bit of technical difficulties, but I'm trying to work through them back here. But hopefully everything is, smooth and everybody can hear everything just fine. So,
all right, man. I can barely hear you. I think I'm gonna have to turn up my phone, but I can hear you a little bit.
Can you hear me right now?
Yeah, I can hear you a little bit more now.
Okay.
So we had a great first week of NFL picks. You kind of put them together in a reel, man. We gave a lot of winners, a lot of player props, a lot of just straight winners. I mean, one highlight, I really loved the Redskins to cover the 6 points versus the Giants, and they did, man. That was a big win. I called the Raiders to win as dogs. Maybe you highlight a couple of the wins you had for the player props.
Well, I mean, even looking at Allen to get a touchdown singularly, and then we had the big parlay that crashed. It was like plus 230. I mean, you had basically we had, I think, about 5 or 6 touchdowns cash last week, which was awesome. But yeah, man, I'm pretty happy about how we did. I think we did pretty good, and I think if you're actually hitting a percentage of touchdown props every week, and you manage your bankroll properly, I mean, those who score touchdowns score them. So you should be able to cash.
Yeah, and I do believe also a lot of the favorites covered the first week, so that might not be happening this week. I mean, they didn't cover, but a lot of favorites won. I think we only had 3 dogs win in week 1, so keep that in mind as you go on into week 2.
Oh, sorry, it
Some
was
of the
the
current
Derrick
numbers.
Henry. Sorry, see, I'm a little bit of a pothead. It was the Derrick Henry, Josh Allen parlay. It was like plus 230, plus 240, and that cash pretty easy.
Yeah, that was beautiful. So be careful with the favorites this next week. Primetime NFL is back. We've had few primetime games, and we've seen 3 overs and only 1 under. Man, I got killed on my teaser in that Bears game. I had the under 50.5 points,
I
and
saw
it
that.
looked like it was going on under. I mean, we had a 16-7 score going into the fourth quarter. Just nothing is safe. So you got to be careful when you have games like the Cowboys and the Eagles where they had 40 points and 41 points in the first half. So people are smashing the over. They're smashing the over at halftime. Of course, that delay didn't help, but 3 points in the second half, that's insane. And I know the weather delay had a lot to do with that, but there was no weather delay in Chicago, and that thing was flying under. And then you get 28 points in the fourth quarter. That's unheard of, but that's what happens in the NFL. That's why I say keep your bets low in the NFL. You just never know what's going to happen. We had 2 teams dominating. Like the Cowboys were dominating it was the Ravens dominating the Bills, looking like they had it in the bag. And then look what happens at the end. Same thing for the Bears. The Bears had it in the bag, and look what happened at the end. That's what primetime is all about.
Yeah, man. Watching that Bills game unfold the way it did. Normally, I'm always like on edge, but I could just see them. They were coming back. I could just tell they were going to come back and win that game. Baltimore let them back in it, and Allen wasn't going to be denied. It was fun to watch.
Yeah, you know what? I knew they were going to come back, and I was an idiot, and I didn't take them live. I just knew in my gut that the Bills were going to come back. I think they were like plus 500, plus 600 at one time live, and I didn't bet it. I should have, because I just knew that was coming. The Ravens choke all the time.
Guys, another strategy too, when you have people that score touchdowns, over 10 to 12 touchdowns in a regular season, you got to look at them even betting live. If you get into that first or second quarter and their value for their touchdown goes up and they haven't got a touchdown yet, I mean, it's worth it to sprinkle on some of these ones. And I know that not everybody loves live betting, but the value's there when you do it. So just another tip.
All right, here's another phrase for those of you going for the VIP. The Bears are still the Bears, man. The Bears are still the Bears. That's the phrase.
Bears.
The Bears are still the Bears. Everyone thought, they have a new coach. They think Caleb Williams is him. I've been a critic on Caleb Williams. I'm not saying he's not good. He's very talented, but makes a lot of mistakes. His O-line didn't help him out in this game. The Bears are still the Bears. That's what I told people when I said, hey, I like the Vikings to win. J.J. McCarthy looked like crap, but he came back and bounced back and was the better quarterback at the end. Caleb Williams didn't have what it takes to close the game out. That's why I'm very heavy critic of him. I don't think he has what it takes to be a good a top quarterback in the NFL. He's average, maybe below average. He can run. He could do a couple little things, but he's not him. Bears are still the Bears. First game tomorrow night. That's why we have this show on Wednesdays now. It's a big one. It's a good one. It's the Washington Redskins versus the Green Bay Packers. It's in Green Bay. Current line is Packers minus 3.5. It keeps going towards the Packers, and it's a good reason why. They're looking great. The over-under is set at 48 points, where it should be. What's your initial thoughts on this game?
Although the Green Bay looked decent, I just still think that a team that covered the spread 60% of the time last year is probably going to cover it this year. But if not, then we buy points, and that's what I did. So my bet on this game is actually going to be, it's a little chalk, but I think it hits minus 184 plus 6.5 for the Commanders. I'm going to hit it. I know it's not a betting strategy from professional gamblers. They would say you're losing your value long-term. You're not going to win on that. But I just think in this game, that's what's going to happen. I think that it's going to be very tight. And I think that, we could even see the Commanders win this game. I'm big on the Commanders like you are this year. So I'll just take the plus 6.5. It's minus 184. I'll eat the chalk.
So you're going to buy some points, right, just to be safe.
Yes, sir.
The Green Bay Packers defeated the Lions, right, pretty handedly.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know if that was the Lions also beating themselves as well too. I think the Lions are going to come out pretty hard this second week. So it's too early in the season. That's why I usually stick to touchdowns. But there was a couple games where I'm like, you know what, I want to attack these lines and see where they're at. And you know what, if I get bit on this one, then I'll revert back to my touchdown props. But I think Washington can cover plus 6.5.
And these guys haven't played against each other since 2022. So it's been a while since they played. I could be wrong, but that's what it's saying on the stats right here. The last head-to-head was in 10/23/2022. And Washington won 23-21. So I don't think they played against each other last year. And they haven't played against each other in a while. The Washington covered, 6 points over the Giants. That was just easy right there. It's the Giants or the Giants. I did think the Lions were going to have a better game versus the Packers. I was kind of disappointed in the Lions, how they came out. They looked nothing happened. They looked slow. They just didn't look as physical. I thought they would make the game a little bit closer.
They all looked like they were at a Diddy party the night before.
There you go. The Packers did put up 27 points. Giants only put up 6 versus the Washington Commanders. So they're looking there. But, we've seen 3 overs and only 1 under in prime time. I think we continue that. These are 2 teams that can score at will. I mean, you got 2 teams that can score, 3 or 4 plays. They could be down the field. I'm leaning towards the over here again, even though the public's going to be heavy on the over. I like Washington straight up money line, but I'm going to take them with the 3 points, 3.5, just in case they lose by a field goal. Give me those 3.5 points all day. My pick is going to be Washington plus 3.5, and I will have a teaser for my VIP clients. It's going to be a good one. But you could kind of tell which way I'm leaning by the information I'm giving you here. It could change at the end as the way I see the lines moving. You just never know. But give me Washington plus 3.5, and I lean to the over for Thursday Night Football. Do you have a touchdown play for this one?
So I'll eat my chalk and maybe lose a little bit of value, but I'll take it.
Can you give us a touchdown, 1 or 2 touchdowns for that game?
For that one, I mean, I think if you're looking at probably the best value for touchdown would probably be, I mean, they already got Jacobs up at minus 210. I mean, maybe Jaden Daniels touchdown would be something you'd look at. I think that's probably the one I like the best there, plus 175.
Yeah, actually, I agree with you on that one.
One of my plays, but if you're looking at that game, I think that's where the value lies right now on the touchdown props.
As you were saying that, I was looking at the stats from last game. He didn't get a touchdown in game number 1. I think he does get a touchdown on Thursday night. What about on the Reds on the Green Bay side? Did you say one for Green Bay?
I don't really. Nah, you know what? I'll leave it right there. I don't really have one for Green Bay.
I'm going to go with the former Raiders, Jacobs, to just run one in.
Makes sense.
That's probably going to be a little bit juicy, but I think that's just one of those easy ones that you can.
It's juicy already. It's minus 210.
It's pretty juicy.
It's pretty juicy already. Like
grandma parlay right there with something.
Well, but Jacobs, that's an example of one where you probably are going to get it. So if he doesn't score one in the first quarter, you'll probably get more value on the line than hit it. Otherwise, you might want to stay. You're not going to stay away from it. But just a thought.
And the Green Bay Packers spread it around quite a bit. They had a lot of receivers get some catches. They had nobody catch over 2 passes. So keep that in mind when betting player props. With the Green Bay Packers, the guy spreads it around everybody. So you're not going to get one heavy loaded side there. You want to keep that into consideration. I just looked at the stats right now. There wasn't any person that had heavy numbers, heavy catches. It was pretty spread out. And of course, Samuel, for the Redskins had 77 yards, 7 for 77. He was the number one target.
Yeah, we're gonna see. I'm not gonna jump on anything with him yet until a couple weeks into the season, and we'll see how he meshes with the team.
And he
He may
did have
become an
one
auto
rush.
bet.
Samuel had one rush for 19 yards. I may take him. I didn't take him, but I like him to run again for whatever his total is. Probably going to be like 15 yards. With one run, he could get that 15 yards. I don't know what you think there, but I like D. Samuel to get his rushing yards again in a trick play.
Yeah, that typically does happen a lot. So it's not a bad. If the value's there, the value's there for sure.
All right, guys, that'll do it for Redskins versus Packers. It's going to be a good game. I'm liking that game. I mean, it's going to be entertaining. Hopefully, we're going to see some points. We're going to see two great teams, two teams that are going to be battling in the playoffs. I think these are two teams that are going to go deep into the playoffs. So it's going to be exciting to watch both of them go. I have said from the beginning that I like the Washington Redskins as a dark horse pick to win the Super Bowl. They're 18-1. So this could be something crazy, but I think they have the young talent. They were close in the last season's NFL playoffs. I just don't believe in a lot of the other teams that are above them, like the Ravens. I think the Packers are above them. Your Bills are up there. They're looking a little bit better, but I like Washington because of the young raw talent. I like their coaches. I like the addition of Deebo Samuels. I like this kid, Jay Daniels. I think that the Washington team has what it takes to win a Super Bowl. And I could be crazy. I'm a soccer guy, so I could be wrong, but I picked them as my dark horse.
I get the dark horse. Like looking at the dark horse, it's like they're sort of the uncontrolled variable in the situation, right? You know what to expect from other teams. This is a team that's younger. They're fresh. They don't even know what to expect from themselves yet.
Exactly. I mean, it might even be worth. I mean, I may go down to Vegas here soon and put anywhere from $100 to $1,000 on them to win the Super Bowl. I mean, it may be worth the sprinkle for the heck of it. So call me crazy, but I like Washington for some reason this year as a surprise winner.
Okay.
All right. Next game. Let's move on quick. Next game for the NFL, we're going to go Patriots versus Dolphins. And man, Dolphins look like crap. I said it a long time ago. I feel bad for the guy because he's a good person. Tua should have retired when he had those head injuries. I just don't think the guy should be playing. I'm not saying it's his fault that the Dolphins look like just abysmal, man. They look awful. They look terrible. And they're going up against.
No value. I found value. That A-chain touchdown hits.
There you go. You did. You got to find value when you see those shit teams play. Patriots are +1. Dolphins are -1. Oof, it's hard for me or anyone to bet on the Dolphins, but this line is tricky. We got the Patriots at +1. We have the public on the Patriots. I cannot bet the Dolphins to win, but just because of that doesn't mean they're gonna lose. You just never know what's gonna happen with Vegas. But for everybody here watching, I cannot bet Dolphins. I gotta go Patriots. Who do you got?
I can't bet. I'm a Bills fan, so I'm already so conflicted in this game because I mean, fuck.
You can't bet on either team, right?
Yeah, fuck both these teams. But I mean, I have no bet written down because I thought about the A-chain touchdown, but I feel like I might get a miss on that one this week. So I'm just gonna stay off this game as far as a bet. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just
but as a Bills fan, you're happy to see these two teams in your division, right?
I just want them to beat the shit out of each other.
Hey, but because of Vegas and this crazy way this season goes, this is kind of crazy to say, but one of these teams will beat the Bills at one point this year.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard. It's hard to think that. It's hard to think that or even fathom it. But because of the NFL is how it is, you're going to see either the Bills or the Patriots or the Dolphins beat the Bills. Did it happen last year or no? It didn't happen last year, did it?
I can't remember if they did or not. Okay. I should, but the reality is they play down to their rivals, right? So it's the unfortunate thing about.
So I'm going to go Patriots money line here. Patriots money line. Let me look at the totals.
A-chain touchdown too, but I'm not touching
A-chain touchdown. And I do lean to the under. I lean to the under in Patriots versus Dolphins. Under, just because both teams are a mess right now. They can't score points. Patriots looked a little bit better versus the Raiders than the Dolphins did. That's why I think that's the logical choice. And you can't just go off on that. But it's like picking a team in baseball that has a better pitcher. That's not always going to get you the victory, or the team that's in first place. Look at the Padres today. They should have won today. They got killed. They didn't get killed. They lost in the end. But there's the Yankees today. The whole world was on the Yankees today. And guess what? They got killed in baseball. So kind of the same thing here. Next game, speaking of bad teams, Jaguars and the Bengals. Jaguars and the Bengals. Bengals are -3. Jaguars are +3. Who do we got?
I'm
Who
so
do you like
in this one, man? Yeah, I just really don't like Jacksonville, and I find I always want to fade them, but then I catch myself because I don't know. Right now, I have Bengals money line at -180, but I don't know if I want to make it a bet or not. I'm still like on the fence with it. I was going to talk it out with you and see what you thought.
So you got Bengals money line?
That's what I have written down, but I've been, it's the one bet I have on here that I'm conflicted about.
Bengals are -3.5. Jacksonville coming off a good win over the Panthers, 26-10. Bengals coming off that loss. Actually, no, the Bengals beat the Browns, barely beat them, 17-16. So they're 1-0. Bengals should win this game, but are they going to cover 3.5 points? I don't know. That's why a lot of people are going to take the money line. You know what? I'm going to go for the line is high for a reason. I like the over 49 in this game. I think we're going to see some points. Two offensive teams that know they played very good defense in the first game versus some lower quality teams. I mean, the Bengals coming off a tight game versus the Browns, but that's always a divisional matchup. It's always close. It's very tactical, very chess match like. Give me over 49 points in Bengals versus Jaguars, and give me the Bengals to cover 3 points. I'm going to buy half a point. Give me Bengals -3.
Yeah, I'm going to have a no bet on it, even though I was looking at the -180. I've already eaten chalk on a bet once already, and I think that if I eat chalk on 2, I'm probably going to get beat up pretty bad. So,
all right. And are you going to give any touchdown passes, any touchdown plays there?
I mean, Chase didn't get one last week. I would imagine he's probably going to get one this week. That's usually an auto bet for me, but I didn't want to bet all the same names this week.
You're trying to switch it up a little bit.
What's that?
You want to maybe switching it up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm laying off the bet. But if you're going to look at a bet, Chase probably has some value because he didn't get one last week.
All right. Next game, Browns at Ravens. Ravens, man, are going to have blood in their teeth. They're going to want to revenge that loss to the Bills. They can't go. The Ravens cannot go 0-2, right? They cannot go 0-2. They're playing the Browns, who are 0-1. The last time these two teams faced off against each other, the Browns got killed by the Ravens 35-10. Their line was 18.5. The Ravens covered it. Browns are the Browns. The line is -11. It's hard to take a -11 in the NFL because you just say, man, yes, it is the Ravens. They are at home. But are they going to cover? That's a lot of points. It opened at 12.5. It's down to -11.5. Prior to that, the Browns and the Ravens played a game where the line was 7 points. That was prior to the game that was -18.5, and the Browns only won by 5 points. So the Ravens have only covered that one big game versus the Browns. This is another divisional matchup. Here, they're in the same division, right?
Yeah, but I think honestly the Browns are going to get smashed in this game.
I agree, especially after what the Bills did to the Ravens. The Ravens are going to be like no mercy. They're not going to let it get close, because if they let it get close, it could slip out of their hands again. Give me Ravens -11.5 right now. Give me Ravens -11.5. Give me Ravens team total. Ravens come for blood. Give me Ravens.
And I'm going to take Derrick Henry over in his rushing yards and just go back to the well again. And then I'm going to actually bet his touchdown live. So if he doesn't get one early, as soon as that hits about the -180 mark, I'm going to smash it.
Now, what about Lamar Jackson for a touchdown?
I mean, that's probably going to hit too. But as far as me not being too messy and being all over the slate, I'm going to keep it nice and simple. Keep with Derrick Henry. He's going to be pissed off after last week. He started fading at the end of the game last week. I know that Jackson's going to be pissed because of the fumble and whatever else. But yeah, man, I don't know.
So I made the mistake and I took Derrick Henry live after he had the big beginning start, and the line went up as high as 180 yards, and he should have gotten it, but it's almost like they know, man. I think he got about 166, so he did have a big game. He should run all over them. One crazy bet, I like crazy bets, is in a game like this where the Ravens are out for blood, they're going to score over 4 touchdowns, I think. Do you think yes or no?
Yeah.
What about Lamar Jackson to run 2 in and Derrick Henry to have 2 touchdowns? Parlay that up.
I mean, I could see it happen because they're really going to be pissed off, so they're going to really make a point. I was thinking I could see at least 3 rushing touchdowns and 1 passing touchdown. But, I mean, that gets you close to what you're talking about. And the 2 people that are going to rush it in are going to be those 2. So
yeah, and that's why I like a crazy fun bet like that. Lamar Jackson, 2 touchdowns. Parlay that with Derrick Henry, 2 touchdowns, 2 and 2. Very high odds. Put $25 on that and have some fun. But we like Ravens. We gave you some touchdown plays. Really like that game. Next up, we go to Cowboys. Cowboys at Giants. Giants at Cowboys. Cowboys are -5. I think both teams off a big loss. Another divisional matchup. -5 is hard. -5 is hard to go off of there. Giants coming off that, only scoring 6 points against Washington. Dallas looked actually, I'm a big critic. I hate Dallas. I'm a Raiders fan. Both of us are kind of in the same level as not winning since the 90s. Raiders even before that. Neither one of our teams have gone to the Super Bowl. I got a lot of buddies who are Cowboy fans, so I always talk shit about the Cowboys, but they actually look good. They definitely look better than the Giants. I'm going to keep it simple. Even though 90% of the public is on the Cowboys -5, I got to go Cowboys -5 to get the victory here over the Giants. What's your thoughts?
I've already placed the bet. So for their last 6 times they faced each other, Dallas has covered the spread. Dallas just smacks them around, right? So and the one thing we talked about was the volatility of Dallas last week, and that plays well with teams sometimes. Like they can be an offensive juggernaut. They just fuck up and implode all the time. But in games where they have the distinct advantage, they're going to score points. I think they're going to score a bunch of points in this game. I think they're going to get multiple touchdowns. So I like Dallas to cover the spread. I've already placed the bet. Done. I'm with you with that.
And what do you think about CeeDee Lamb after those drops, man? Did you see those drops? I mean, one was a bad drop that really would have kept them in that game. The other one, it was kind of, he had to dive for it, did hit his hands, but there was that one that landed right. It landed in between his hands.
Right.
He should have caught it. We had a live bet on his over yards. That would have given us the overs over there. That was, I think, is he going to have a redemption game or is he going to just keep going down?
I don't know if it's going to necessarily be redemption, but I think that first game of the season, sometimes you're just not fully in tune yet. And I think that he'll be just fine in this game, but I don't know. I think he's going to
have another big game. He's going to get over 150 yards.
Yeah, we'll see. I think he'll probably be around the 120 mark, but we'll see if he gets over 150.
All right. I do like CeeDee Lamb over yards again here. Next up, Rams versus Titans in Tennessee. Rams are -5. Rams are -5. They're coming off a win, I believe. Yeah, they had a win over the Titans, 14-9. It was low scoring. Titans coming off a 20-12 loss to the Denver Broncos. Both teams have decent defenses. I like the under here. I like the under, and I like the Rams. I like the Rams going into Tennessee. -5 is a crazy number, man. We got a lot of 5s, man. 5s are wild this weekend. This is crazy when you see that line, that number. I do like the under here, the straight up under. Let me see what the line is for the under. The under is for the Rams And the Titans, it's very low. It's 41. We're talking about a 41 line. I hate teasing through the favorite, but I do think they're going to win. Usually when you tease, you want to get more points. So it's not a good idea to tease through the 0 because you lose a point there when you tease in a favorite. So if you were to tease them at 5.5, you're going to get them like at +2. Rams +2, so that's not really good of a tease. Some people are saying that you maybe would rather tease the Titans +12 to get 7 points. +12 under 48. That might be the way to go. But I'm going to go for the under 41 points here as a straight bet. And I'm going to go with the Rams to cover the 5 points as well. Any touchdowns here? Any thoughts from you?
Not a damn touchdown in this game, but I do have a tail of the GOAT, and I'm going to tail the GOAT, but then be a cheap Scotsman, and I'm going to take under 44.5 at -162, and I'm going to smash out of that.
I like that. You're going to buy some points just for a little bit of fun.
The GOAT
just for a little bit more
Scotsman.
Security, safety.
That's actually not a good matchup.
All right. Without being biased, we got your team next, the Bills. The Bills, the line opened at -8. It's down to -6.5. And it's versus the Jets. A lot of divisional matchups this week, guys. Bills versus Jets. Bills opened at -8, down to -6.5 at Jets. What do you got without being biased here? Knowing your team, knowing how they play the Jets, what are you taking? Are you taking the Bills -6.5? Just need to win by a touchdown, or are you taking the Jets +6.5? Just, you got to tell me that.
I think, the Bills are going to cover. I think the Bills are going to beat them by more than 2 touchdowns. But I have one bet on the play, but I think they're going to cover anyways. But what's your take on it? And then I can give a touchdown.
So just to give some history, some stats. Last year, the first game was also in New York at the Jet Stadium. The line was only -1. I don't know why it was only -1 for the Bills. So that was a little shady, tricky. The Bills won 23-20. So the Jets did put up a fight in that game. This is basically the copy of that game. It's the first game of the season versus the Bills, Jets and Bills. It's at the Jets' house. The Jets did win. The Bills won, but they won 23-20. It was close. But then the second game of the season that was in Buffalo, the line was 9.5 for the Bills, and the Bills destroyed them 40-14. So being that it's at the Jets' house, the Bills should destroy them after what they did to the Ravens. But because of the fact that it is at the Jets' home, 75% of the public, I'm not saying the Bills are not going to win. They are going to win. But I think something funky happens and they let the Jets cover. Bills win by like 1 to 5 points.
I'm going to give you one name that's going to tell you why they're not going to cover, or why the Bills are going to cover. James Cook. He is going to run it down their throat. They gave up 22 rushing touchdowns last year. 7 were to quarterbacks, 1 being Allen. I think Allen gets a touchdown too. I'm going to be hitting both. Cook at -145 and Allen at -130. You can wait and go live. What I would do is maybe it's up to you. You can wait and go live on both and see who lies where, but they're going to run it down their throat. I think they're going to win by more than 2 touchdowns. But I do get what you're saying. I understand this could be the game that they play down to, but I think it's too early in the season. I think they're going to set a tone this season. They're going to lose.
So the Jets, do you know how many rush yards the Jets gave up in game 1?
I didn't even see.
So they played the Steelers. I'm just looking at these stats. I'm a stats guy. So the score was what, 34-32. The Jets actually played it or kept it real close versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. They only gave up. I'm not saying the Steelers have a great rushing offensive team. They only gave up 53 yards rushing. So the Jets are definitely decent against the rush. You could say based on that one game. Doesn't mean that they're great against the run. This is just one game, but they did only give up 53 rush yards. Gave up 244 passing. And I mean, the Bills can do both. They could pass it, they can run it. They got plenty of guys that can run it and catch it.
And
so, not saying that you're saying you're wrong. I'm just wanted to bring that stat up.
But that's where I think, if the yardage is down low, I think the rushing touchdowns, the Bills just have it in spades. They have options there, and I just think that we're going to see a couple of rushing touchdowns, and they still cover. But obviously, I'm putting out the touchdown props. I think those ones cash. I'm obviously a biased motherfucker, and I think they cover. I'm a Bills fan, so nobody take my word on that one. But the touchdowns, I think, definitely. If you hit both of those,
my lean was the Jets covering the spread. I just think they might, even though I do agree the Bills are a much stronger team. But my favorite play here is the over 47 points. Give me over 47 points. I think the Jets can put up some points, as we've seen. It was the Ravens, totally different team, but the Bills do have some holes in the defense. They do give up 100%. A lot of points. They haven't made all the fixes from last year. As you saw them versus the Chiefs, versus other teams, they were always high-scoring games. I'm not saying their defense isn't good, but I like the over 47 points as my favorite play for this game.
Breece Hall, Justin Fields, both can create enough chaos where on the run that could create problems. So you're beating up my bias a little bit, but you are 100% right. This could be a close coverage game.
Yeah, so he is wearing a Bills sweater. So just know that, guys, when we're talking about the Bills, a little bit of bias comes in there. Next game,
don't trust me.
Bears versus Lions. Bears versus Lions. Lions at -6 is the opening line. Actually, opened at -4.5, up to -6. Lions are favored versus the Bears, both 0-1. What are you thinking here?
I think it's going to be a potential redemption game for Detroit. And the one line that really jumps out at me right now is, and there's going to be value on it because he didn't get a touchdown last week, is Jahmyr Gibbs. He had 20 touchdowns in 17 games last year, 16 rushing, and then 4 receiving. So for me, I just, the fact that he missed out on week 1 tells me I got to jump on this. There's going to be value on it. And I just think that the Bears, they've allowed a lot of receiving TDs to running backs as well too. So yeah, man.
So one thing to note here also, this is very similar to the Bills and versus the Jets. We're talking about divisional matchups or games that are close first game but not close to second game. Same thing happened with Detroit Lions and the Bears last year. In Detroit, the Bears came in, they were plus 9.5 favorites. The Lions won barely 23-20. Second matchup of the year later on in the year, the Lions line was -6.5, and they covered 34-17. So that's kind of similar to the Jets Bills. First game was close, second game wasn't close. This is the first game of the matchup between these two teams. But you know what? I'm a hater of the Bears, and the Lions bounce back game. I think the Lions cover, guys. Give me Lions -6. Yeah. It's a what do you call it? A homer bet, because it's just very obvious. But give me the Lions -6 here.
I think Goff could get 2 to 3 passing touchdowns. So yeah, man.
There you go. And then one of the plays that we talked about on the live, one of my buddies in the mix came on and gave us DJ Swift to get at least 1 catch in the first quarter. He had like 2 catches in the first quarter, so that was a good play. The Bears did throw to Swift a couple times. I also liked DJ Moore to get some rushing yards because they have that coach. Actually, this is a big game because the coach from Detroit Lions, defensive coach, is now one of the coaches of Chicago Bears. So we have a coach who knows the Lions. I totally forgot about this. The Chicago Bears have a coach in their organization that used to work with the Detroit Lions. I don't know his name, but he just got to them this year. I think he's the head coach or the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, but he's a big coach for the Chicago Bears that knows the Detroit Lions. So that makes me think a little bit about them covering. You know what? I'm going to give a teaser for this game just because of that new information. I do still think the Lions should cover, but now that this information is coming in, I'm going to take the Bears in a teaser. The Bears Give me +7 extra points. Puts it at 13. And then the over, whatever the over is. Let's see what the over is at. So my play is going to be, I've switched it around a little bit now. Is going to be
47.5.
I see 46.5 on one side. You see 47.5?
Yep. I'm on FanDuel though, so you can probably get something better.
So I see 46.5 on Bovada. I'm gonna say +13 the Bears and over 39 points as my teaser for this game.
So the teaser is that, and the touchdown is Jamar Gibbs.
There you go. I like DJ Moore to get a few rushing yards there as a surprise trick play.
Sounds good.
Some books might not offer it to you because I was looking for it in the last game. All right, next up we go to Seattle, to this Pittsburgh Steelers, Seattle Seahawks, Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers are -3. And the Seahawks are +3. And we're coming off, Steelers are coming off that 1-0 record, off that win over the Jets. And the Seahawks are coming off of a loss to the San Francisco 49ers, 17-13. That was a close game. Man, this line is tricky here as well. Steelers -3, Seahawks +3.
This game's a stay off, man.
I don't like this game at all. I don't even want to touch it.
The best thing we could do is tell everybody stay away from this game.
Yeah, stay away from this game, guys. I'm not even going to throw a teaser for that one. I don't even know if you have any player props for that one. I don't like it.
Under, it's 39.5. Like the line set, like there's no value anywhere on this game. I don't think.
Guys, it's okay to take a break, take a pass, and not bet a game. That's what we're going to do. Just like today, it was a Wednesday. We had a lot of international soccer yesterday, the day before. Guess what we did in the VIP today? We took a day off. We didn't force any plays. Of course, the guys in the chat, they were betting baseball, a couple plays here and there, nothing too big. But it's okay to take a day off, guys. That's going to be the next phrase for the win the VIP. It's okay to take the day off, guys. Write that down. It's okay to take the day off. Write it down. Part of
Sometimes
the VIP
it is the shots
giveaway.
You don't take that can help you towards the win. So
yeah, don't force bets, guys. Don't force bets. Next up, we got 49ers at the Saints, -3. They opened at -7, -3. The Saints are +3. This is another tricky line. You would expect the 49ers to -7. What line are you seeing there?
1 second for this. Bear with me.
I'm seeing -3 49ers.
It's not coming up for me right now.
And I think that's what it is. And the Saints did get beat by the Cardinals. Saints are at home.
I got -3.
This is a tricky one, man. 49ers should win this game. I like the 49ers just because that's a homer bet. It's simple, straight. Saints are the Aints. They're not looking good. They got the team that played them, the Cardinals, covered the 5.5 points in the first game against them. Saints, I think, the 49ers did have a couple injuries, I think. I think the Kittle got injured again. I'm not sure. Is McCaffrey back? How did he do?
Well, he didn't get a touchdown, that's for sure. I think it's going to be a game for him. This one, that's actually going to be my play this week. We're going to look at Christian McCaffrey touchdown. The Saints,
what's the odds on that?
The odds I don't know yet. I haven't seen the odds yet on any book. I can't imagine they're going to have it so it's so chalk. He was sort of inconsistent last season.
He did run for about 69 yards, I believe.
Yeah, so I mean that's not too bad, but I just think that the Saints, they're not great against the run. They were in the bottom 8 last year in rush defense. So I'm just going to take McCaffrey touchdown probably for the next couple of weeks until we see maybe if he's. I mean, he used to be an auto bet, but I don't want to hold on to it for too long because maybe it's over.
And I'm going to take I got to take the 49ers to cover the points, guys. -3. When it's -3, I don't like to buy it down to -2.5. It's -3 for a reason. I'm going to just say 49ers -3. If If you want to buy half a point, it's not going to cost you that much. Go ahead and do it just to feel a bit safer in case you're going to think they're going to win by a field goal. 49ers -2.5, -3. That's what we're going to do there. Next up, two teams that didn't win, terrible teams, Panthers at Cardinals. Panthers +6.5. Actually, the Cardinals did win. They're -6.5. They just beat the Saints. They're 6.5 for a reason. But 96% of the public is on them. 96% of the public is on the Cardinals. I think that's the biggest bet. Spread of the week is the Cardinals at -6.5. 96%. If you go back to week 1, just to give you some information about the highest public bet team in week 1. Do you remember who it was?
I don't know.
It was the Denver Broncos at -8.5. 96% of the public was on that spread. And it was -8.5. And guess what? Did they cover 8.5?
What was the score? No,
it was 20-12. Half a point. Half a point. So they didn't cover. So based on that and the theory of the public and Vegas, guys, give me Panthers +6.5. Ugly bet, but sometimes you got to do it. Give me Panthers 6.5 because of the fact that 96% of my grandma's, the cat next door, the mailman doesn't even watch football, is on the Cardinals -6, guys.
You know, a GOAT taught me something once. He said, in ugly games, you can find value. And I believe you said that actually earlier in the episode. Man, this is an ugly game. And if you look at the value on this, the Panthers allowed 179.8 rushing yards average per game last season. They were the worst in the league. Connor, he ended up getting over 117 yards against them last year and scored a touchdown on them last year. So my first play will be James Conner, TD. That's the first one. Next will be Kyler Murray over 25 rushing yards because they're still going to give me value on it. That cashed last week. I'll hit it again. They're going to run it down their throats. The Panthers still are trash against the run, and I think that's why the line's so wide. It's that deficiency in the game where the issue is. So, yeah, man, I'm going to take Murray over 25. I'm going to go with Connor, a touchdown, and probably even his yardage too. And then I'm going to actually give you my parlay of the week. The Buffalo Bills and the Arizona Cardinals -130.
There you go. I like that. Next game is a coin flip. We're talking about the Denver Broncos versus the Colts, both 1-0. Colts destroyed the Dolphins, but that's not saying much. That's a shit team. The Broncos took down who did they just take down? The Titans. They beat them by 8 points. Titans are nothing special. This is in Indianapolis. The line opened at +3 for the Colts. Now it's down to +1. The Broncos are -1. Public is on the Colts, 77%. This is a coin flip game. I'm going to go with my gut and with who I think is the better squad here. I'm going to go Broncos money line. I see a lot of people on the Colts. I just like Broncos a little bit better than the Colts. And the Colts did just beat up on Tua and the Dolphins. I think the Broncos had a better test in the first game. I think that's going to take them on with a little bit more momentum. Give me in this coin flip game in Indianapolis. Give me the Broncos. And I do like the over here, guys. I like the over here. Over, okay. What is it? I think the over is 42.5. It's very low. Yep. Over under. Give me the over.
I'll tell you what I have here for notes on this one. I didn't actually have a play, and I put talk about with Raf. Is it a teaser or is it a favorite? So you just give me my answer. This is actually, although I've tailed you in a couple other plays and said I want to tail the teaser on this or that, this is going to be my tail, the GOAT play of the day or of the week. Because with this one, I think that you're going to either go one way or the other, but I just think that Denver really, it was where I was sort of leaning as well too. The fact that you sort of confirmed it is brilliant. And the value's there. I think Denver does ride momentum and run through.
All right. Next up, man, a lot of good games this week. Eagles versus the Chiefs. Eagles versus the Chiefs. We've seen this matchup before somewhere. Trying to remember where we saw this matchup.
But now they're relegated to they're like the old man beer league now, because they're not quite what they were. But
Eagles versus the Chiefs, man. We saw the Chiefs go down in week 1, rivalry game, divisional matchup versus the Chargers. Not a whole lot of people saw that one coming. It was at Sao Paulo in Brazil, so it was kind of, maybe that caused something to happen there. 27-21, Chargers beat the Chiefs, and we're talking about the Eagles, who did come off a win in their first game versus the Cowboys. Going into the Chiefs, it's a pick 'em, it's a coin flip. 59% of the public is on the Eagles. For that reason alone, I'm just going to go simple here. I'm going to go with the teaser. And it's going to be beautiful. And it's going to be the Chiefs +7 and over 40 points, guys. Chiefs +7 at home, with blood in their teeth, ready to destroy team after their first. They can't go down 0-2. Eagles, scored some points. Scored over in the first half, looked like an over game. That delay kind of caused some problems there. They had some trouble with the Cowboys in the beginning. I think that these two teams are pretty even right now, but I see a Chiefs. That's why I like the teaser. I got to go with the teaser. It's a coin flip type game. Anybody could win. Give me Chiefs +7 over 40 points. Thoughts, touchdown plays. What do you got?
I mean, there's so many potential touchdown plays in this game that I feel like I may pick one and miss one. So I actually have no bet on this game. I may sprinkle the teaser just to sort of tail you, but I feel like in a Kansas City game where I said I would never touch Kansas City games, we walked away with the Kelsey touchdown last week, and I feel like I'm going to cut my losses and maybe I'll sprinkle the teaser.
All right. Yep, you got to sprinkle the teaser. Next game, Sunday night, good game too. Vikings -3, Falcons +3.5. Tricky one here. Vikings coming off a win. Didn't look so hot in the beginning. What did the Falcons do? Who did the Falcons play in week 1? They had a great game versus Tampa Bay. Came down to the wire. Falcons kicker, Young Hong Koo, missed a field goal at the end. That could have tied the game. It was under 47 points. The Vikings, I can't bet an under anytime it's prime time anymore just because they fly over all the time. Falcons, Vikings, you know what? I got to go Falcons with the points here. Falcons +3.5. Vikings, J.J. McCarthy, I like what I saw from him, but I think the Falcons are a lot better team than the Bears. I hate comparing other teams to other teams when they play them, but sometimes you got to. And it's a primetime game. I like Falcons +3.5 here.
Yeah, and this one, this is another one for me where I'm just going to stay away completely. Zero bets on this one. I was looking at the idea of the touchdowns, but I'm going to stay away from that. I may look at something live, but I'm going to stay off of this game entirely.
And I'll give the folks watching a preview of VIP primetime teaser. Right now, what I'm liking on this one is the Falcons +10.5 over 37.5, guys. That's a juicy, nice teaser there. You could get those 7-point teasers on Wager Attack at -130. Other sites will give them to you at -140. Right, you got to love that -130 right there. Teaser, 7 points.
I like it.
All right. Real quick, just go through because there's 2 games on Monday. One that I really like, and I have a lot of heart to talk about. Buccaneers Texans is the first game. Buccaneers, because Monday night there's going to be 2 games. Buccaneers +2, Texans -2. I don't understand this line here. Why are the Texans favored -2? Any idea why that is?
That I don't understand.
Because we're talking about Texans who are 0-1, who lost 14-9, only scored 9 points, going up
figure
against
it out last week. So I don't
Tampa
really
Bay.
understand. It doesn't make much sense. I think
Tampa Bay
Bay's just
won 23-0. Why, this makes zero sense. Why are the Texans favored here?
I think the Buccaneers have been getting a little bit of the shade from the books, to be honest. If you notice that with a lot of the value on their lines, but that could be, looking into the narrative too much. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly. There could be injuries. Somebody maybe put in the comments something that I don't know. This is what happens when you have an MMA guy and a soccer guy. Eventually, an injury may slip through the cracks. We may have missed something on the game. So if somebody does have something in there, let us know. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I think the value maybe lies in the Buccaneers.
Yeah, and sometimes it's good, like he said, to talk to an MMA guy and a soccer guy and hear what they got to say about football, because the NFL, because we do look at some numbers and sometimes we bring up some information that no one else is thinking of. But
100%.
I like the Buccaneers. I'm just going to go Buccaneers money line here. If I were to do a teaser, I would tease Buccaneers and the under, even though unders are scary. But we can. It would be Buccaneers plus 9.5 and under 49.5 points. That's what the teaser would be there.
I like the money line play, though. I think that actually is where the play is at. I like the teaser's great, but I like your plus 126 Buccaneer play.
All right, and now the final game, the one where I have a lot of, value. I mean, let's start that over again. Now the big game, Chargers versus Las Vegas Raiders. This one hits home because I have grown up as a Raider fan as a kid. That's just the team that I started following growing up near LA. Went to college in San Diego at the University of San Diego. I was a kicker, college kicker. If a lot of people don't know about that, but I did play college football. I was recruited from teams like UCLA, Colorado, Wisconsin Badgers in 1999. I chose a small Division 1A AA school, University of San Diego, and that's where Jim Harbaugh actually started his coaching career. For a lot of you guys that don't know that, that's the Pioneer Football League. That's where he began. Now he's the quarterback. Now he's the coach of the Los Angeles Chargers, and he's so there's a lot of connections for me in this game. I lived in San Diego for about 17, 18 years. I have a lot of friends who are Charger fans, so this rivalry goes deep. We smack talk all the time. I talk smack to Charger fans. I tell them that the Chargers are cursed, that they're never going to win a Super Bowl because they left San Diego. I know the Raiders left Oakland, but this is a big game. This is a big rivalry game. The Chargers are looking great. The Chargers have dominated the Raiders season in, season out. The Raiders have only a couple wins in like the last 15 years versus the Chargers. This is a huge game for me, for my friends, for the rivalry. Las Vegas Raiders came off a big win in their first game. It was a neck and neck battle, but they did get the win. Chargers are obviously the better team. They have a lot more going for them. Everybody thinks every year that they're going to win a Super Bowl. I mean, we got Charger fans who celebrate like the Padre fans. This is where the smack talking begins. When the Padres are in first place for a day or they have parties in San Diego thinking they're going to win the World Series, I talk smack to them. I said the Padres will never win the World Series. They're also cursed. Chargers are -3 favorites. It's 46.5 points. It's in Las Vegas. And without any bias speaking here, the Chargers should win this game. They look dominant. They just beat the Chiefs. Come on. The Chiefs, they beat the Chiefs. But guess what, guys? Might be a little bit of a hard bet because I got the rivalry passion going on. Give me the Raiders money line on Monday night in Las Vegas to shock the world, guys. Las Vegas money line. Don't even give me the points. Give me them straight up money line. I know it sounds crazy and it might be a little bit of a bias bet. So if you think it might be a bias bet, do a teaser, and the teaser is going to be Raiders plus 10 over 39.5 points. There's going to be some points, guys, on both sides here. They're going to score points. That's all I got to say about that right now.
That's what I was going to ask you about, like the over-under, because I was actually looking at the Chargers singularly, what their over-under might be, but I think they'll hit at least 22, 23. But what do you think the Raiders will put up?
I think they're going to put up I think they're going to win. I think I could see a game like 27-24, 23, what is it? 23-20. That would put us at 27-23. What's the exact? Let's see, 20. It's 46, so 47. Man, it's going to be in that range right there. It's going to be close. But you know what? I do like the straight over here as well.
I'm going to hit over 44.5 at minus
140. At 27-24, coming down to a field goal at the end. We could see that happening there as well. But I think the Raiders are going to win here, man. It's a rivalry game. The Raiders, I don't think, have beat the Chargers. Let me see the last head-to-head. The last game between the Raiders and the Chargers was in January of 2024. Chargers won 35-20. Chargers beat them before that 22-10. Last time the Raiders beat the Chargers was in 2023, and that was that crazy blowout win, 63-21. I don't know if you remember that game, but yeah, man, I'm excited for this game. It's going to be Monday night. It's going to be prime time. It's going to be in Las Vegas. 90% of the public is on the Chargers, and for a good reason, right? They just beat the Chiefs. They manhandled the Chiefs. They beat them. They look great. But one play that I will throw out there that I threw out last week because I'm a big fan of Justin Herbert is Justin Herbert over 1.5 touchdown passes. You got to bet that almost every week.
100%. And I think that was sort of part of what was baked into me looking at their point total for the Chargers. But you're making me feel better about the team, like the game total over. So I'm going to hit that 44.5 over at minus 143, I think it was. Yeah, man, I like it.
Now, the one thing that does hurt the Raiders is their star tight end is hurt. He's day-to-day. Brock Bowers, we had him. That was the only prop play. One of the only prop plays that I sent officially to my VIP members was Brock Bowers over like 65 receiving yards, and he got that. I think he total yards that he got in the first game was, what was it? Brock Bowers had, where's he at? I think it was over 65 yards. He had 103 yards on 5 catches, 103 yards. So that was a blowout winner. 8 targets, 5 catches, 103 yards. He averaged 20.6 yards a catch. He's their biggest weapon. So that's the only thing I can see. If he's not ready to go that game, I may change my mind. I know I already gave you guys a bias pick, but I think the Raiders are going to win. I think they have a little bit more momentum, even though the Chargers are the better team. But we might do the teaser. Just check in with the VIP, though, because the teasers could change at any time, guys. Let us know. We had a great show today. The final phrase of the day for those of you that have been staying tuned is going to be something that I always say all the time. Never bet money that you can't afford to lose, guys. Never bet money that you can't afford to lose. If you don't have the extra funds to gamble, then gambling and betting on sports is not for you guys. Don't be betting money thinking that you're going to win money to pay your bills, because that's not how it happens, because losing can happen at any time. You can go on cold streaks. Don't believe the hype. All those people out there that are promising you're going to get a Lamborghini, that you're going to quit your job, that you're going to be a multimillionaire by taking their bets. It's all hype. It's all smokes and mirrors, guys. If you bet correct, bet right, and you do it the way it's supposed to be done, you can make a lot of good extra money and use that money for things like extra stuff that you might want to buy and save up the money and things like that. But never bet money that you can't afford to lose. That's the final thing. So first person that has all those up, even before this show ends, DM me. I'm going to go by the timers and see who took down all those phrases, guys. Cal, thanks for joining me in the NFL picks. Thanks for producing this show for the reels, man. This is the guy that's behind the magic of my reels. There's going to be some more reels coming out. So appreciate everything you've done. Cheers, and let's rock and roll. Let's get this cash. you want the big bucks, guys, get in on the VIP specials right now for anybody that wants to join. Hit me up. I got you. Give you a very good deal for the rest of the month or an early special deal so you're going to have the rest of August and September. Let's go, guys.
And don't forget, tail Tijuana Raf today.